Hi everyone. On the last video, we have started geography, right? So the chapter number 2 is completed. Now I will start from chapter number 5, and the mid of the chapter I will complete later. Okay. So in natural vegetation and land and wildlife. So specifically, the natural vegetation and wildlife means what? First of all, we need to understand what do you mean by natural. Natural means everything is nature, related to nature, right? Vegetation, wildlife means like it is related to animal, right? Wild animal. And if I talk about vegetation, vegetation means what? Vegetation means plants, trees, shrubs. It is called as vegetation, right? Let's start. So if I talk about these images, like these images is similar to in India also you will found some type of images, right? So if you see, this is the physiography of natural vegetation and wildlife. If you see, like specifically in this area, the various types of apes like you will find over here, and in Amazon, like aquatic animals you will find, the grassland animals you will find here, the reptiles and grassland animals you will find in the higher land, right? Okay. So Brazil vegetation. So let's start with the Brazil vegetation. Brazil vegetation means what? We are learning about the trees. Okay, we are learning about the trees, vegetation, flowers. It comes under the vegetation, right? So in Brazil, rainfall varies due to physiography. In Brazil, because of the physiography of the Brazil, the rainfall changes, right? In most part of the equatorial region, it rains throughout the year. In most part of the equatorial region, it rains throughout the year. As one moves away from the equator, the number of rainy days as well as the amount of rainfall reduce. Okay, if I talk about the equatorial region in rainfall, the equatorial region in rainfall, it rains throughout the year. But if we move away from the equatorial region, the rainfall getting lower, the days of the rainfall reduces. Like for example, in equator area, the rainfall is having 100 days. But if you move away from the equator area, the rainfall will be 80 days, 60 days. The rainfall will be reduced. The days of the rainfall will be reduced if you move away from the equatorial area. If you go in equatorial area, the rainfall is heavy and the rainfall is throughout the year. Okay, and this affects the life cycle of a vegetation too. And because of rainfall, okay, because of the rainfall, it affects the lifestyle of a vegetation. Because of the rainfall, it affects the lifestyle of a vegetation. Lifestyle of vegetation means lifestyle of a trees, lifestyles of a flowers. It affects, okay, the vegetation. Evergreen forests are found in the area where it rains throughout the year. Okay, so first of all, tell me where the rain is coming throughout the year. The rain is coming throughout the year near equatorial region. So here what we found, we will found a evergreen forest over here, and in region which receive rainfall only during the certain season, the density of the vegetation reduce. Like for example, in equatorial area, rainfall is happening throughout the year. So here you will found the evergreen forest. Evergreen forest are those forests which are totally evergreen. There are too much variation you will find. But in region where the rainfall is seasonal, like India, like 3 months, 4 months, so here the density of the vegetation will reduce. Density means like the trees is reduces over there, right? Instead of forest, various types of grasses, short shrubs, thorny vegetation are found. Okay, like we are talking about forest. Instead of forest, like the various types of shrubs, thorny vegetation, etc. are found. Brazil has the largest number of vegetation species in the world. If I talk about the Brazil country, the number of vegetation species in the world. Like there are different types of plants you will find over here. It is one of the largest country, and this includes the evergreen vegetation, semi-evergreen, and arid. Evergreen vegetation, like there are different types of plants are there. Semi-evergreen, like some evergreen, some are not. Arid means like it is related to the Rajasthan, and one finds tree likes in Brazil like pau Brazil, rubber, mahogany, rosewood, and the variety of flower orchids. Because of the evergreen rainforest in Brazil, there is a large amount of oxygen that is released in the environment because of the evergreen forest. Because of evergreen forest, there is large amount of oxygen are actually released from Brazil, and this help to reduce the carbon dioxide level, and therefore it is called as the lungs of the world. What therefore it is called as a lungs of a world. Okay, therefore it is called as the lungs of the world. Okay, right, we have understood. Okay, so in the equatorial area the rainfall is very heavy throughout there. Because of that, vegetation is varies. If you go the density vegetation will decrease. So we've because of this vegetation, too much plants, trees, like what will release, the oxygen will release, and it is also called as the lungs of the world. Okay, vegetation of India, right? Vegetation of India. Following types of forest are found in India, right? Which type of, there are different types of forest are found in India in region which receive more than 2000 millimeter of rainfall on an average, along with abundant sunlight. Okay, in region which receive more than 2000 millimeter of rainfall on an average, along with abundant sunlight. Okay, along with sunlight, evergreen forests are found. Okay, so in a region where the rainfall is coming more than 2000 on an abundant this. Okay, more than 2000 millimeter rainfall on an average, along with abundant sunlight. Okay, along with abundant sunlight, evergreen forests are found. Where the evergreen forests are found over here, right? Evergreen forests are found. The leaves of trees in this forest are broad and green. Okay, so specifically in evergreen forest, the leaves of the trees in evergreen forest are broad and green. Okay, and the trees have hardwood and heavy and durable. Okay, so specifically whichever trees are found in evergreen forest, it is very hardwood. The trunk of the tree is very hard. Okay, and it is durable. Okay, it is very durable, and the leaves of the trees are very broad. Okay, example mahogany, rosewood, and rubber, right? Mahogany you can see over here. Yeah, mahogany, rosewood, and rubber. Okay, rubber tree. Yeah, also there are various types of creepers found over here. Creepers means what? Creeper means climbing, like money plant, climbing. Okay, climbing plant. Creepers are also found over here. The highest biodiversity is found in this forest, right? Can anyone tell me where is evergreen forest in the map? Yeah, so there are highest biodiversity you will find in Mumbai, in Maharashtra. Also there is evergreen forest. Yes, very nice. The highest biodiversity is found in this forest. In region receive rainfall between 1000 millimeter to 2000 millimeter in India. Okay, in region which receive 1000 to 2000 millimeter rainfall in India, deciduous forest are found. Okay, which forest are found? Deciduous. Where is deciduous forest? Okay, here deciduous forest are found, right? Deciduous forest are too much in India, right? And in dry season, the trees shed their leaves so that water is not lost due to evaporation. Okay. So specifically, if you see in a dry season, in a dry season, when in a summer season, the trees is actually in winter season the trees are shedding their leaves so that water is not lost, so that water is not lost due to evaporation. Okay, due to evaporation, water is not lost due to evaporation. For example, take bamboo, banyan, people, etc. are found in this forest, right? Bamboo tree, banyan tree, people tree, etc. are found in this forest, right? So if you see in deciduous forest, the teak and bamboo tree and banyan tree are actually found in this forest, and the leaves are shedding, and that is why in that particular area the evaporation is not happening, the water is not lost, the water is there, the water is not lost because of the evaporation. And that is why the again that is why the again the that is why the again the trees are getting, the trees are again the trees are coming out, the leaves are coming out. Yes. Okay. The reason that receive less than 500 of rainfall and experience dry summer for a long period in India. Okay, dry summer for a long period in India, like there are, you will find a thorny shrub type vegetation is found. The leaves are small in size. For example, Cachu, Acacia, Khijadi, and variety of cactus like aloe vera and agave. In swampy areas, estuaries, in swampy areas, estuaries and lagoon near coastal areas have saline soil and moist climate. Coastal type of vegetation is found here, and they are called mangroves or sundarbans in India. Okay, the wood of these trees is oily, light, and durable. If I talk about in swampy areas, lagoons areas, their soil is very moist. Okay, so here the coastal type of vegetation is found, and they are called as mangroves, sundarbans, and the wood of these trees is oily, light, and durable. It is the wood of the trees is oily, light, and durable, right? In India, in Indian Himalayas, in Indian Himalayas, three types of forest are found. Okay, if I'm talking about the Himalayas, three types of forest are found. According to the height, there are three types of forest are found. In areas located the high altitude, the flowering trees are more. In region medium altitude, the coniferous trees like pine and deodar. And in the lower one, okay, in the lower one, the both, the salt trees is higher. Okay, both the trees is found. Okay. Now I'm going to stop here. Okay.